before his 11th birthday. Amid a nationwide workforce shortage, registered nurses in the Twin Cities are on strike. Elena West Health in Plymouth is closing its emergency room and urgent care as nurses go on strike this week. The strike started this morning at 7 a.m. Nurses are seeking a new contract that will provide fair pay and benefits. The three-day closure will displace hundreds of people, and Elena would be losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. The United States is making progress in the battle against COVID-19 with increases in vaccinations and the availability of booster shots for some. But the pandemic appears to still have a grip on the U.S. jobs market, and it's giving the workforce the upper hand on employers. John Lawrence reports.
The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the way many Americans view their career goals.
And that's why you're seeing a lot of people who simply don't want to go back to restaurant or hotel jobs. They are trying to find something else.
Despite average growth and hourly wages trending up over the past few years, a record-setting 4.3 million people left their jobs in August, according to the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey.
The number one reason is burnout, mental health issues. I want better work-life flexibility to be with family or to pursue other dreams that I have.
As companies look to fill their job vacancies, unions are starting to flex their muscles.
People have worked throughout this pandemic and they've been called essential, but unfortunately they've been treated as expendable.
Thousands of John Deere workers are on the picket lines after turning down a tentative deal that included hikes in pay and benefits.
There's been this huge reset. Over half of all workers are sort of saying, I'm not sure I want to work the way I did and in the same place I did, which has soared in terms of quit rates. So we really are in this alternative universe that is not going to dissipate anytime soon.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Other potential strikes are looming. A walkout of 60,000 Hollywood workers was set to start Monday. However, Saturday night, a tentative deal was struck and is expected to be finalized soon. Well, a beautiful fall day today, a little warmer. Meteorologist Sarah Gannon joins us from the weather patio. How's it out there now, Sarah?
Well, Barrett, we're cooling down now here for this evening, seeing those temperatures trending into the upper 40s and low 50s. But we had a beautiful day out there today. We got to see that widespread sunshine and temperatures topping off in the upper 60s, even a couple low 70s for those highs today. Really just a gorgeous day to get outside. Good news is we do get more of that sunshine here throughout the upcoming week. But this evening, as I mentioned, we've settled those temperatures down into the upper 40s, low 50s, and we'll drop a few more degrees here as we head into early tomorrow morning. But winds have been staying pretty light, about 3 to 8 miles per hour for most folks, and really just kind of a clear, quiet night out there as we take a live look at your Lewiston auto camera in downtown Rochester. High pressure is in control of the upper Midwest, so looking to see these clear skies stick with us here for the next couple of days before we look to see maybe the next chance for some rain come Wednesday. But today's high topping off at 62 degrees and a low of 37, above average for this time of the year. No precipitation picked up at the airport today. But as we look forward here into your Monday, kicking off the new week on a rather sunny note, we'll see highs continuing to stay above average into the low 70s. Winds will pick up throughout the day as well, but really looking to see more of that widespread sunshine here across the region. So some good evenings, good conditions for the evening to do something here for your Monday, but otherwise things looking to stay pretty quiet here as we bring in the new week. Temperatures, though, looking to change quite a bit as we head towards the tail end of this upcoming week. All the latest details here in your Weather 30 forecast in just a bit, Barrett.
Thanks, Sarah. Now to some national news. An armed gang in Haiti has reportedly kidnapped a group of U.S. missionaries, including children. A source with Haiti's security force says as many as 17 people were abducted yesterday near the capital. The group was traveling in a bus after visiting an orphanage. An Iowa-based aid group called Christian Aid Ministries confirmed the kidnapping, according to the Washington Post. A spokesperson for the U.S. State Department said late Saturday it is aware of the reports. Kidnappings have surged in Haiti throughout 2021, with numbers rising nearly 300% since July. Former President Bill Clinton has been released from a California hospital after being treated for an infection that spread to his bloodstream. Clinton was seen walking out of the hospital this morning along with his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. He gave a thumbs up when somebody asked him how he was feeling. Clinton was admitted last week to the University of California Irvine Medical Center for a urinary tract infection. His doctors said he was treated in an intensive care unit for privacy and safety, not because he needed to be there. Hours before jury selections is set to take place in Georgia in the case involving the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, dozens took to the streets to demand justice. Arbery's family and dozens from across the country marched in the streets to demand justice for Ahmaud Arbery. Arbery was killed after he was chased down by two people while a third video taped the incident. Arbery's family says he was just out for a jog when he was chased down. Two people are being charged with first-degree murder, and a third person is facing other charges in the case. Arbery's family says this case goes well beyond Brunswick, Georgia. Enbridge has failed to meet a deadline set by the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources for cleaning up part of its Line 3 oil pipeline construction site. The DNR had given the company until Friday to repair where an aquifer ruptured during construction near Clearbrook. Regulators will require compensation for the additional time it takes to repair the site. Officials are also investigating two other sites where the company may have caused groundwater damage. A spokesperson for Enbridge says the company is fully cooperating with the DNR. Well, if you're driving near the Highway 14 expansion project, you might notice extra patrolling. According to the Dodge County Sheriff's Office, multiple vehicles and construction vehicles have been tampered with this week. The department is now working to provide extra patrols overnight. Right now, authorities are working to get more details and damage estimates from victims involved. Officials ask if anyone has any information on who may be responsible to contact the Sheriff's Office and ask for investigations. That number can be found on your screen. A celebration was held today to honor the new improved look of a statue, one that is especially important to Rochester's Mexican community. Noah Kaplan got to see the statue's new look and explains why the statue is so important.
I thought it was a fabulous expression, a public expression, to show the faith of the people and to show our faith and our veneration of Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Tucked away atop a hill in southwest Rochester,